Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much. Good to see everybody today. On January 5th, something unprecedented happened. The Department of Health and Human Services and the CDC, under the direction from the previous administration, suddenly slashed the childhood vaccine schedule. They removed universal recommendations for critical vaccines: flu, rotavirus, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, RSV, and others. Dropped it from protecting against 17 and 18 diseases down to just 11 for all kids. This was done without the normal expert review. No public input, no full process through the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. And it was justified by saying we're aligning with peer countries like Denmark, ignoring that America is different, bigger, and more diverse than with different disease risk and healthcare challenges. You know, I've spent my entire life fighting for families, for kids. My number one job as president is keeping America safe, and I take that job very seriously, especially our children. That's why today I'm signing this executive order immediately reversing those changes and restore the proven science-based recommendations that protected our children for decades. You know, and it's quite simply this. These vaccines are lifesavers, real miracles. Rotavirus used to hospitalize 55,000 to 70,000 kids a year. Now, thanks to the vaccine, it's rare. Hepatitis A and B vaccines have nearly been eliminated outbreaks and serious liver disease in children. Flu vaccines prevent severe illness. We lost nearly 300 kids to flu last season, and cases are rising right now. You know, RSVP is the top reason babies end up in the hospital. We can't pull back on protection there. This downgrade happened in the middle of a tough respiratory season with the flu and other illnesses surging. Weakening recommendations now, that's not putting our kids first. Copying and just being like other similar countries doesn't make sense for us. We have unique needs, higher risk in some communities, different access to care. Our schedule was built on American data, American experts, and it saved countless lives. The changes bypassed everything we rely on: transparent review by independent experts, public comment, evidence tailored to our country. Our top organizations, the American Academy of Pediatrics, infectious disease doctors, they're sounding the alarm. This could mean more hospitalizations, more suffering, and more preventable deaths. I'm all for parental choice. I've always have been. Talk to your pediatrician, ask questions, but clear, universal recommendations from science give families the guidance they deserve while keeping choices intact. Now, what this executive order does, it does revoke yesterday's changes entirely, effective immediately. It restores the full childhood and adolescent immunization schedule as it stood prior to the end of 2025, with universal recommendations for all previous recommended vaccines. It directs the HHS and CDC to republish the restored schedule within 7 days and confirm these vaccines stay fully covered, no cost to families under the Affordable Care Act, CHIP, and Vaccines for Children. Mandates that any future changes go through the proper, transparent, evidence-based process with full expert and public involvement. You know, and it's not that I'm opposed to changes. I understand that medicine, all this changes, but we need to go through the proper reviews with the experts before we make a snap decision like this. You know, keeping our kids healthy isn't about politics. It's about love. It's about giving every child the chance to grow up strong. We've made huge strides through against diseases that used to break hearts. We're not turning back now. To every parent, every grandparent, I know in our family we've got nieces and nephews, and we understand that, and we're on your side. These vaccines are safe, they work, and they'll be strongly recommended again, because it's what the science demands. We'll get this right together, like Americans always do. All right, let's go ahead and put this action into work. All right, and there we go. And I do want to thank all the guests here today. And this pen that I used today to sign this executive order, it's for the children of America. Because of that order today, we're going to save countless lives. Thank you guys very much. Thank you.